lights off? All right. So today we're going to learn something new about stories. Okay, we already have learned a few things about stories, haven't we?
Yeah.
One thing that we've learned about stories is, say it again, theme. What's another thing we've learned about stories? William?
The theme is a lesson.
Theme is a lesson. What else?
A setting.
A setting is another thing we know about stories. Kendall, what else?
Introduction.
An introduction is good.
Main characters.
Main characters. What else have we learned about stories? Aspen?
We learned about fiction.
Fiction versus non-fiction.
And
Very,
also folk tales.
very good. Brandon, what's something else we've learned? Want to pass? Yamilet. Biography. What is another thing, Brandon? If it's a biography, what else do we have?
Oh my goodness.
Everyone say it out loud.
Autobiography. I forget the name.
All right, so we're going to learn something new today. You guys ready to learn something new about stories? It's another thing that we got to think about when we're reading is point of view. Can anyone raise their hand and tell me what they think point of view means?
To kind of like understand what the story's talking about and to like get them like understand more into like the story.
That's a good thought. You're on the right path. Elizabeth?
Maybe to look at it differently.
A little bit. Zan? Almost. That's kind of goes along with the author's purpose and the theme, right? But you're on the right road. It has to do with the author. Anyone else want to guess what point of view means? Has anyone heard the term, well, can you see it from my point of view?
I know. Yeah.
Peyton, what does point of view mean?
That maybe you have to see it like the author does.
Yes, you're getting there. Aspen.
It means to look away, like look some way another person does.
Kind of, you're getting there. William.
Like imagine what's happening in the story and imagine it in real life.
No, but that's actually really good. That's kind of what you should do when you read in general.
Yeah.
So, let me tell you, point of view, it's all about the narrator. The point of view only refers to what the narrator sees, okay? Your point of view, you are only looking at the narrator to determine it, which means your words and dialogue do not count. Has anybody heard the term first person point of view and third person point of view? Has anyone heard that before? Raise your hand, put it down. All right, let's turn around and pay attention over here to the back. I'm going to show you guys something, okay?
Okay.
So, when I say point of view, or POV for short, it is the way that the author is explaining the story, okay? It's the way that the message or the story is being delivered, right?
Yeah.
There are 3 different types of point of view. We have first person point of view. We have second person point of view. And then we have third person point of view. Okay, so there's 3 different types of point of view. Does everybody understand so far?
Yes.
All right, let's turn back around.
Okay.
So as we discuss points of view, as you can see the girl right here, she's first person point of view. What is she doing in that picture?
She's like pointing at me. Pointing at me.
She's pointing at herself, right?
And she's like,
So if she's pointing at herself, what do you think first person point of view, what point of view do you think that is? Elizabeth?
Like the point of view of me or something?
Exactly. So if I were the narrator, I would say words like I, me, my, right? It's my point of view, right? Second person point of view. Do you see Uncle Sam? Who's he pointing at?
He's pointing at you.
You. So second person point of view is going to be your point of view.
Yeah.
Even if I'm writing the story, I'm going to say you or your, right? I'm going to make it your story, right? Third person. She's like, Joe Schmel over here, that's his point of view.
Yeah.
And then Joe Jim Bob, that's his point of view over there.
An astronaut up in space.
Susie Q over there, that's her point of view. Right?
Or Miss Hollingback, that's your point of view over there.
Right. So, we've got first person point of view, second person point of view, and third person point of view, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so first person point of view. The narrator is in the story and will refer to himself or herself. Okay, the narrator will use words like I, me, we, us, or our. Okay, so when it's first person point of view, they're talking about themselves. What genre of nonfiction talks about themselves? Aspen.
Luna?
No, I'm talking about genre, not book.
Oh.
Peyton.
A biography?
What's the other one?
Autobiography.
An autobiography is written about a person, by that person, so it's going to be written in first person point of view. All right? For example, who has ever seen or read Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief?
I've seen it.
It's a really good
I
movie
know,
and it's
I've
a really
never
good
seen
book,
it.
right?
Yeah.
So here's the deal. In Percy Jackson, he says, "My name is Percy Jackson. I'm 12 years old. Until a few months ago, I was a boarding student at Yancey Academy, a private school for troubled kids in upstate New York. Am I a troubled kid? Yeah, you can say that." So what pronouns in this passage tells us that it's first person? Kendall.
I'm in 2 eyes.
He says, my, I'm, I. He's talking about himself, isn't he?
Or she.
Or she. So first person point of view means they're talking about who? Themselves. Or they're seeing it through their own eyes. Okay, clear as mud?
Clear as mud.
All right, I need a thumbs up if we completely understand first person point of view. Sideways if we kind of get it. And thumbs down if we're still really confused. 1, 2, 3, go.
I'm sideways.
All right. So, for everyone that's still kind of having an issue, let's come over here to this board real quick. Our attention. Let me write that down for you, okay? So, for first person point of view, we'll always know if a story is in first person point of view because they will say words like I, my, me, we, us, and our. Because these are all terms that include ourselves, right? So if you're reading a story or a sentence and it has any one of these words, it's going to be your first person point of view. So let's try an example, okay? Our dog ate the trash last night.
What?
Which that actually happened.
What?
So this is first person point of view because why? Can someone tell me?
Our.
Yamalai.
Because there's the word our.
Because the word our means mine and my family, right? So I'm talking about my dogs, aren't I? All right.
Wait,
How about this one?
what happened?
My dog
ate the trash last night.
So I'm still talking about my dog, which means I'm talking in
First
person. All right. All right, so thumbs again. How many people are understanding? How many people are, and how many people just don't get it? 1, 2, 3, go. Awesome. Good job, guys.
Jocelyn doesn't get it at all.
Well, Jocelyn will work on it, okay?
She couldn't put her thumb the right way. She was like this.
No, it's okay. All right, next point of view. Second person point of view. Let me explain this, okay? Because it's not always, but second person point of view is almost never used in literature. Let me rephrase that. We do not see second person point of view in literature hardly ever, okay? The second person point of view is when the narrator puts you in, the reader in, the story directly. I see this more in like self-help books or like recipe books where it's saying you're going to do this and you're going to do that. Or those what would you rather type situations.
Yeah.
That's going to be your second person point of view. That's going to be the you point of view. Okay? So example, listen to the example. There is darkness everywhere. A small amount of light is radiating from the half moon floating in the sky overhead. There are no stars. It is cold and humid. You look around and you find your friends are gone. You are completely alone.
That's scary.
So you put yourself in that, right? So that's what it looks like to be second person point of view, but we don't see this a whole lot in literature, do we? This would be hard to read an entire book based on this right here, right? So second point of view says what? What's the word that you know is second point of view?
You.
You.
Your.
Your. Very good. Is this common in literature?
No.
Zian, is this the second point of view? Is that common in literature? Do we see it a lot? No, we do not. All right, now hold on. Because in Percy Jackson, the narrator says you a lot. Or in a story might say you, right? So we need to understand that some stories may include the reader in the point of view, but it's still Percy Jackson talking, isn't it?
Yeah.
So don't get confused, okay? All right, your third person point of view is going to be the narrator is going to tell a story about other people. Like a biography. We're going to know that it's a third person point of view because it's going to say words like he, she, his, hers, they, them, their, or the characters' names. It would be a little weird if I were talking about myself, but I would say, Miss Hollingback went to the store today. But I'm talking about myself, right?
Yeah.
But if I said, Peyton went to the store today, oh, well now I'm talking about Peyton, aren't I?
Yeah.
So guess what? Now I'm talking in
Third
person. So let's bring our attention back to the board real quick. So I'm going to write a sentence, and you're going to tell me what word shows that it's third person, okay? All right, what word in this sentence shows that this sentence is third person point of view? Deacon. They. Because I'm not talking about myself, am I?
No. No.
Okay. What point of view is this one?
I ran into Evan at the store.
What point of view is this sentence? William.
Third person?
Is it third person? Breland.
Second?
No, it's not. Definitely not second.
No.
Caden?
First person.
Okay, if you agree with William at third person, raise your hand. If you agree with Caden at first person, raise your hand. All right, it is first person. Caden, Caden, what word in here tells me that it's first person?
Because it says I.
Because it says I.
I ran into.
Okay, do not get tripped up simply because you see somebody else's name in the sentence. Understood?
That's not from you. Understood.
All right. So on a scale of 1 through 4, 1 being I do not understand this, Miss Hollingback, and 4 being I could teach the class, Miss Hollingback. Please raise your hand and show me where your level of understanding is at right now.
5. She said 4. I said 10. Oh. I think.
All right. Well, we're gonna test this theory because right now we're gonna take our pre-test on point of view. So everyone, please get back to your seats.
I am excited for my test.
Sorry. You
I
want me to stop there or you want to keep going?
I'm excited for my test. Okay, she doesn't know it
1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on
Can I please have everybody in a seat and ready to take a pre-test? If I do not give you a pre-test, that means that I'm going to have you come back to teacher table and I'm going to help read it with you, okay? This test is front and back, okay? Please do your best. This is what we call a pre-test. It's just testing what you already know. We don't need to stress about it, okay? Want to go get it? Don't forget to put your name on it.
Oh, yeah, I did.
All right, when we get done, will you please turn it in over here at the dictionary table? Please turn it in at the dictionary table. When I call your name, I'm going to have you come back and we'll work on this together. You may begin. Can I have Breland, Caden, and Crystal? Bring your pencils.
I know my
Okay. Do you want to do it here or do you want to try on your own? Good girl. Connor.
Which of the following sentences might come next in the story? Remember, the story is in first person. Okay? Is it A, she takes her place on the picture's mound? B, I take my place on the picture's mound? C, they take their place on the picture's mound? Or D, you take your place on the picture's mound? Which one should be the next sentence if we're using the first person mood here? A, B, C, or D? Try it. Number 2. Which of the following sentences is told in the first person point of view? Is it A, her father cooks good food? B, she cannot run fast? C, I'm a very talkative person? Or D, his clothes are very nice?
You here? Can you please sit down, Elizabeth? Can we please not talk? Let's finish our tests first.
Which of the following sentences is told from a third person point of view? A, her father cooks good food. B, she cannot run very fast. C, I am a very talkative person. Or D, his clothes are very nice.
Is it still number?
Huh?
Is it still number?
Nope, it's number 2. Which sentence is first person point of view? A, B, C, or D?
Obviously, all first person.
No. Only these first 2 questions.